If you're like me, you probably hate listening to the radio because they play the same goddamn songs every single day, every hour, and if you've never known why, I'm about to tell you. Many of the radio stations that you listen to are actually owned by the same company. That iHeartRadio crap you hear all the time, that's actually a big company called iHeartMedia, formerly known as Clear Channel Media. You may not recognize the name, but they're actually really powerful. They're one of the big six, which is a group of companies that actually owns 90% of all of the media in America. That includes newspapers, television channels, and of course radio stations. In my city, Boston, Massachusetts, we have a number of different radio stations, but without a doubt the most popular one is KISS 108. No surprise, iHeartMedia owns that station, but they also own the #1 hip-hop station, Jammin' 94.5, as well as a country station and a Spanish top 40 station. So even if you're trying to listen to different radio stations in the same area, chances are you're going to hear a lot of the same songs because it's owned by the same damn company. Yeah, it sucks, but it's the way it is. And you can say what you want about evil companies or capitalism or whatever, but that's actually not #1 reason why the radio is like this. Actually because of a thing called familiarity. The more that you hear a song, the more you'll remember it. So even if you don't necessarily like it, you'll know how it goes. And chances are, if you hear a song on the radio that you recognize, you're more likely to keep listening to it. Which means you're probably more likely to like it over time. This is also the reason that Jason Derulo can make song after song featuring pop-obscure symphonic instruments and get away with it. There's also something in the radio industry that they call stickiness, which is essentially the likelihood that you'll stay on a song if you hear it on the radio. These tend to be songs that don't necessarily do anything different or exciting. They're actually songs that sound just like every other song you've heard, which is why bands like Maroon 5 do really well on the radio. This is also the reason why DJ Mustard is on every single goddamn hip-hop track that they play on terrestrial radio.
What's that on that beat?
The fortunate thing about living in 2015 is that we have all sorts of alternatives to radio, like Pandora or Spotify or a number of different things. Even your own iPod or your iPhone or your non-Apple related product will play music for you essentially anywhere you are. Unfortunately for those of us who don't have access to these things in our cars or just want to discover new music that we don't normally hear, the radio is one of the better alternatives. I can't believe I'm saying that. And because of all of these competitive sources, the radio is continuing to get more and more repetitive. As of 2013, Blurred Lines, the most spun song of that year, received 750,000 plays. Meanwhile, the top song of 2003, When I'm Gone by Two Doors Down, only received about 450,000 spins throughout the country. That means that they're now playing these songs nearly twice as friggin' much as they used to. So in case you thought the radio was better when you were a kid, you are absolutely correct, because it was. If you want to save it, and if you want to keep this from happening, the answer is to just turn off the radio anytime they play a song too goddamn much. So I beg of you, if you do not like a song that comes on the radio, but you're just, it's okay, just overplay it, just turn off the radio. Yes, I understand that Uptown Funk is a great song, and you want to keep hearing it again and again, but please, don't make all of us listen to it over and over. Save the radio, please. If you need help finding new music, here are a few sites to help you out with that. Hopefully you're not completely in the dark and you know what SoundCloud is, but a lot of these other sites will help you find new music, as well as some cool articles about music. Check them out and let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. Thanks!